What a beautiful day. Don't let it get away.
How do you like that thing?
I like it. It's I just had problems with it kind of let me down with the relay, which is a recall.
Well, it was kind of one of those. I see the recall, and we're putting like the older generation in. So
Yeah.
somewhere, some engineers like, hey, I got this new, and they've got them out there and went, oh, we probably ought to go back to the old reliable thing that we've been using forever that works.
Yeah, no, I was in Asheville, and I was up at Little Switzerland actually on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Poured with rain all night, came out and got a mile up the road, cut out. Got another mile up the road, cut out. Rode 50 miles and it was fine, and then it wouldn't start. And I managed to, I was waiting for recovery, like 2.5 hours later it started. I rode to Asheville Eurosport, and they said, yeah, there's a recall on the
Well,
relay.
the relay won't make it shut off, but the multi-switch that...
So I thought, the first thing I thought was water ingress in the start switch.
Well, and that's what the bulletin is.
Yeah.
Because it's up getting hammered.
So they kind of replaced the relay. Then the next day on the way home, it broke down again, had it recovered home, and then got it traded here.
And then of course it dried out, and we couldn't.
That's right, exactly.
It's one of those. It's like
one of those things, and then.
Plus we have this magic arch, this doorway, that lots of mysterious things
happen.
Stop being mysterious.
Once it goes in,
everything works perfect in there, and it's like.
Well, Bill had the foresight, I think, to sort of when he realised that you couldn't get the starter housing, that it was going to be a recall, and so he ordered like half a dozen or something, and managed to get through.
Usually, if a part like that
not
disappears
available.
And they won't give any ETA or anything, it's like
something's going on there,
and they'll never tell us.
Exactly. Well, I've got a meeting to get to. Thanks for your time as always. Appreciate you.
Good to see you.
You too.
Be safe out there.
Thanks, sir. Hello, Ride On people. So I've just been in to have my switchgear starter switch replaced on the right hand handlebar cluster, and Wally's, my dealers in Marietta, have been wonderful as always, and they basically called me up and said, yeah, we've got your handlebar clustering, pop in, have it replaced. And so Bill Ward, the manager there, asked me to drop by, and the BMW master mechanic Henderson, or Hendo, he did the work for me. I like it when he works on my bike. He's a solid guy. Not that it's particularly difficult to switch out the switchgear, but I trust his work. He works on your bike like it's his own, and takes great care. So big shout out to Bill Ward and Hendo and everybody, Tevin and all the crew in the workshop at Wally's Marietta. Good people. And really I've only got it because Bill had the foresight, really. So when I first brought the bike in, said, look, I think there's water ingress getting into the switchgear. Sometimes it's difficult to turn the bike off with the kill switch, or it won't do it at all. He agreed and thought that it should be replaced, and he got BMW to agree to that. But the trouble is, when you looked online for that part, it had like a big X through it, meaning it wasn't available, and you're not to sort of sell any off-the-shelf part if you happen to have one in stock. And so he had the foresight to kind of think that's probably going to be a recall, and put in an order straight away for like half a dozen of them. And I think he managed to get three or four, and fortunately My boat was the first one to have a problem, and he's replaced it on this, but it was also replaced on R1300GS, RS, I think, as well. So possibly other boxes affected by this switchgear recall, which hasn't been announced yet, so I can't give you an official recall number. So effectively my bike's had replacement starter relay under warranty replaced, and it's had starter cluster replaced under warranty. I also experienced one spurious message come up indicating a misfire. Didn't experience misfire, and the workshop cleared that, and we are good to go. Since my last visit, well, I kind of did about 250 miles, I think, and then had that message come up, which the workshop cleared. I've probably done another 250 miles since, and I intend to do another 250 miles this coming Saturday, leading the ride out. And I'll end the video with just an update of everything after the ride out. But in essence, that'll be kind of 750 miles or so since the relay was done, and 250 miles or so since the starter housing cluster was done, and that should give an indication in terms of if I'm experiencing any problems or not. My confidence level is much higher than it was now. That's going to be fine. And I'm looking down my dash here. The camera probably won't pick it up, but it's showing 14.1 volts off the battery, which is good. And everything's tickety-boo, except my tyre pressures are slightly down. Haven't adjusted it for it going super chilly today versus the kind of Indian summer we've had lately. Anyway, I digress. I shall have a ride this Saturday, and I'll probably finish off the vlog from home. Short video just to give you an update, but my comfort level in theory at least is much higher than it was, and I have a feeling that I won't have any problems moving forwards. Alright,
so I've covered about further 300 miles since they replaced the right hand starter switch gear, and so far so good. Hasn't missed a beat. It's been ideal in the freezing cold weather we've had lately. Heated seat, heated grips, and electric screen. It's quite a nice place to sit, and my confidence levels of it being able to get me home are significantly better than they were. So all pretty good, really. One of my subscribers did reply to say that at a Garmisch Motorrad Days this year, several GSs required their switchgear housing replaced after the really rainy day that they had there. So obviously it's a bit of a generic problem, and my dealer fixed it under a service bulletin. My understanding is really kind of, not that they've informed me this, but just my general understanding of service bulletins is that they're aware there's an issue with some bikes, and if the customer complains, they'll replace it, no quibble. But we think this is happening in significant enough numbers to warrant a recall. So we think a recall is going to be coming out for this. And if you have a 2024 BMW R1300GS, I would certainly speak to your dealer about this. The relay housing is an important recall because potentially the original design could overheat, could effectively try and start itself. It could, in very extreme circumstances, cause a fire, so that's important. And this housing is important because if you do get water ingress in there, it's probably going to stop your journey, and you're probably going to have the bike recovered until that switch gear is dried out and replaced. So worth touching base with your dealer on that. And touch wood, my confidence levels now currently pretty high that I most probably won't have a problem moving forwards, but I do intend to leave it out in the pouring rain one night whenever it rains. It rarely rains in Georgia here, but when it rains, so Hoping to get like a Friday night or something where it rains all day and rains all night, and I can leave it out for, you know, any kind of seeping moisture to potentially get in there, and then maybe ride it 250 miles on a Saturday or something. And if we're good to go then, you know, I'm confident that the bike is going to be reliable. But so far so good, and I just want to give a further update versus my long tirade of concerns in the previous video. All right, take care. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.